I've been around Euro cars pretty much all my life, and so the WRX has always been kind of a blind spot for me. It's a car that I've been certain that I would love one, but I've just never had the chance to get behind the wheel. And so we're gonna solve that problem today. And we're solving it in one that's perfectly modded for my taste, at least. Decent suspension, some basic bolt-ons, nice tune, and a really, really rowdy exhaust. Which shouldn't a WRX have that? It should. That is like the perfect amount of power for a street car. Right around 300 is such a sweet spot for me. You can enjoy it, you can have fun, but you're not going crazy speeds. It's enough to feel quick. Oh yeah, it's not like rip your face off fast, but it's pretty impressive, honestly. For a little four-cylinder like this with basic bolt-ons, makes really healthy power. This thing is a blast. I love the throttle response though. Just a little blip, and it makes rev matching and heel toe so satisfying and easy. And you know what? It's pretty linear. There's a little bit of lag, obviously, as with almost any turbo car, but it keeps building and building and building. Like, it doesn't feel like it falls on its face up top, which is nice. But God, the star for me is the handling. It feels so light. For a sedan, like a performance sedan, 3,300 pounds is such a sweet spot. God, you can huck this thing. But man, he just got it aligned with these new coils. And this thing is sharp with the lightweight, the all-wheel drive, and these coils. You can hustle this thing. Oh my God. Oh, this thing's fast. And it feels adjustable mid-corner too. You get that nice sharp turn in. Oh yeah, and then it just bites. It feels like this little turbo skateboard, honestly. It's so neutral and yet really planted. It doesn't want to step out on you. Now, admittedly, with the coils, it's low. It's a little stiff, but not that much. I think these are BC Racing, and the way that they're damped, it's not bad. I was expecting it to be stiffer. But the body control is awesome. This thing turns in so aggressively. That comes down to having a nice alignment done on it too, obviously. Anytime you do coils, you gotta have it aligned properly. Yeah, it has that like sure-footedness of, say, an Audi, but with none of the weight. And without that feeling of a heavy engine hanging out of the front, you know? It's a really satisfying car to drive. I just wasn't expecting to like it this much. Talk about like natural too. In the 10 minutes that I've been driving this thing, God, I feel like I've owned it 10 years. It's that natural. I'm liking the response of the all-wheel drive, that 50-50 split. It doesn't feel like it's pushing the car into understeer or oversteer. It's balanced, it's neutral. Like, it's not going to power oversteer through a dry corner. That's not how it feels at all. But it's neither making you slide nor hampering you by giving you understeer, you know? It's not pushing too much power to the front mid-corner when you go to the gas early. The funny thing is, like, another reason that I was excited about driving this car is I kind of have the BMW equivalent of this thing. I have an E90 2011 335i xDrive. So it's an all-wheel drive, turbo, manual BMW. And it is genuinely kind of the equivalent of this. And yet the BMW weighs like 500 or 600 pounds more. It feels softer, which obviously mine is stock suspension. This isn't, but it's not apples to apples. But regardless, you feel the weight in that car. And on a back road, it just makes the experience a little bit less involving, honestly. Whereas this thing, it's so nimble. I mean, it weighs as much as my Z4M, you know? So you have to balance what's more important to you. Do you want the lighter, sharper, more nimble sports car, essentially, or do you want something that is akin to a GT car? It can do what this can do, but it's just going to be a little bit duller around the edges. And that's an entirely personal choice, you know? Whether you want to go for a 335 or you want to go for a WRX or an STI, I think a lot of people probably already know which one is going to be for them because you know what you value from your cars. For me, owning my 335, that's a tough choice. I love my car, but so far I like driving this more. God, I like this thing. Let's see if he wants to trade. See, this is why you gotta have an open mind when it comes to cars, man. I've never driven one of these. It would be so easy for me to just go off kind of the stereotypes and like, it's just a souped up Impreza, who cares, whatever, I don't care if it's fat, blah, blah, blah. But you get in it, you drive it with an open mind, you might find something you like. It's so easy to get tribal with cars, man. You can very easily lock yourself down into, oh, I only like this, I only like that, I don't like this, I don't like that. And you're really kind of hamstringing yourself from enjoying a lot of new experiences. You can modify it to taste or leave it stock. And I think either way, you're going to be really impressed with what this thing offers performance-wise. That's fun, man. Yeah. You might have won me over. Wow. It feels so light, dude. Yep. Really light. Like just getting out of mine feels like a pig.